Hi, my name is Ingrid Brown, and this is my illustrated story.
Nice to meet you.
I grew up in Maple Heights, and then after I got married, we lived in Cleveland for a little while, and then we moved to Manaway. So we've been in Manaway for 33 years.
So, tell me about your piece.
I just love florals, okay? So I'm also very family oriented. I love my family. For the first, several years of our marriage, I was just a stay-at-home mom. And then when our youngest went off to kindergarten, I got a job at a small local greenhouse in Bainbridge. And then from there I went to Breezewood Gardens and Gifts, which is another greenhouse garden center, and I've been there for 18 years. My first communication with you, I was thinking that I would like certain specific flowers, like dahlias are my favorite and my daughter Chelsea's, they were in her bouquet.
Okay,
and Caitlin has the Gerber daisies and maybe a rose for my husband. But that being said, part of me wants to feel like I'd like to give you total creative license because I love like what you make on your own too.
Aww. Well, that's kind of what usually happens. So people give me a parameter of things. They're like, I want this specific flower because it means this. And I remember you said something about a wren.
They're a happy bird that has a beautiful song, and they represent family and perseverance. Yes, I've just always loved them, so I thought that would be a good thing to represent myself.
So where are we putting it? Where is it going to go?
That's where I would like your help also.
Okay.
I am 60. I'm going to be 61 next week, which doesn't thrill me. So my skin is also more mature, so I know certain areas don't hold up as well. I want to pick a spot where it will last the longest and look the most beautiful. I generally am the type of person that doesn't think too much about age, and I feel like whatever makes you happy. But part of me feels like, well, you're too old to get another tattoo. What will people think? Because a lot of people are still judgmental about tattoos in general, and especially if you're older. But the other part of me feels like, again, if you're not hurting anyone and something makes you happy, why not do it?
Like, I think people have these this stereotype in their head that, you know, this age group does this age group does that. This age group looks like this age group looks like that. So it's just really like societal bullshit that we place on ourselves that has nothing to do with who we are, ever.
Just tell me, but.
You even got them there? It looks perfect. I think it's perfect. That's going to be so pretty.
Yeah. I think it frames up underneath the piece that you have already so nicely.
Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. I've always been fascinated by tattoos and found them beautiful. And I always wished I would get more, but I, at the time, thought, oh, you know, I'll probably never get another one. But then the art of tattooing evolved, and there are so many amazing artists, and I started thinking, why not? So I started getting some more, and some of them are memorial tattoos. I have a nephew who passed away of an overdose 8 years ago, so I have a dragonfly on this shoulder for him, because dragonflies symbolize rebirth.
So sorry.
And the shoulder cap is, my parents are from Austria, and they have both passed now. My mom 2 years ago, and my father 4.
Okay.
And these are Edelweiss, which grow in the Austrian Alps.
Oh, wow.
And the 5 forget-me-nots represent me and my 4 sisters.
Oh, yes, I love forgetting.
It's been hard because we were so close. So I just think about them a lot and miss them. And part of the for me thing is kind of feel like when you lose your parents, it's like a totally different thing. You can't really describe it. And you just kind of start thinking of your own mortality a little bit, because you're kind of the next in line, I guess, someday. Although anyone can be taken from you at any time.
Do you feel 60?
I do not. That's part of my thing too. Yep. I still feel probably like in my 20s, 30s, whatever. But again, it's just a number. Yeah, when I think about that I'm 60, I sometimes just feel like, no, that can't be right. So it's kind of crazy, actually. I've always felt young at heart. I still feel...
I heard you singing this song. So
Oh, yep.
You're hip enough.
Yeah, I don't feel my age, definitely.
So how many tattoos do you have? What tattoo is this?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so this is 9.
Nice.
I have the tramp stamp.
Uh-huh.
It's a dragon.
I really want to bring this back. I don't know if you saw my
I
stories,
did,
but
and
I
I
really want to bring it back in a classier way.
I think it just comes with age and getting to a point where you realize it's not that important to stress about whether my stomach is flat or whether somebody thinks I look pretty. And sometimes I have a hard time doing things for me. You know, I love to do things for other people, take care of other people, and so I kind of feel like, yeah, it's okay to do something for myself and something that makes me happy. The main people who matter to me are the ones who care, and they say I'm beautiful, so that's all that matters.
I don't think it should matter to anyone why someone gets a tattoo other than the person that's getting it. You shouldn't be judged for the tattoos that you wear. I really strongly believe tattoos are like the greatest form of self-expression, because you wear that on the outside of your body for all and to share. And yeah, like you are sharing it with others and outside, but I think it's more of like it's more for you, obviously. When you look at yourself in the mirror and you enjoy the art that you're wearing, that's what's most important. But it's also sharing your story on the outside.
I was okay till I hit 50. Yeah. 40s didn't bother me too much, and I still pretty much feel it's just a number, and you're only as old as you feel, but I guess as I gotten a little older now, yeah, when I hit 50, I cried. And then, yeah, now it's a little bit harder every other year.
Yeah.
And now I'm 60. Holy shit. I just try to live in the moment and be happy and not think about it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's hard.
Right, absolutely.
You know, people, the number one question when you get a tattoo, especially from the older generation, is, what are you gonna do when you get older? What are you gonna what's gonna happen when you get older to your tattoos and things like that? So like, for one, tattoos have a stigma around them in general. And then two, as you age, what's that gonna look like? It shouldn't matter what it looks like, because who wants to just get to home base unscathed? I want to slide into home base. I want to have fun. I want to live. I want to do what makes me happy. And when I get to the end of my life, I want to know that I achieved and I did and I lived how I wanted, without worrying about someone else's thoughts, because they have no hold over my life in any way. Like, they're not paying my bills, they're not walking and making my decisions, they're not doing any of that stuff. That's for me.
Amazing.
You're welcome.
I love it. I love it.
He's a cute little guy.
I'm gonna now for days keep staring at it. Mandy, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to get a beautiful piece from you. Your message of body positivity is wonderful.
Aww, thank you for being part of my story. I love Ingrid. I love it! And I need a bookmark.
I love it.
Absolutely not. No. I can find something that's that cute up there. I'll just have to come visit you. That's my excuse. Yeah, I think. Stop it. I really can't take your cat.
I would love your cat, but I just really don't want it, which wouldn't hurt my feelings.
I mean, I don't want. It's just awkward taking stuff. I've never like my mom always like it's just that weird thing. You know what I mean?
And I think that it's a great thing for everyone to keep in mind that it doesn't matter what you look like, as long as you're a good person, that's all that matters. Thank you.
We come from a family of just generational, just fucked up shit, generational trauma, addiction type of stuff, poverty, that kind of thing. And then there were 4 kids just like struggling through it with them. And at that point it was just me, my mom, and my older brother, and just adopting cats without permission and them having babies and us keeping them, you know? And I think we really latched onto those kittens because we had to leave our pets behind in the past without a say, you know, and these were ours and no one was gonna tell us to give them up. My 2 girls, they just came with me through all of it, you know? You go into young adulthood off of all that trauma, off of all that chaos, and they followed me from being a teenager to a young adult and finally like a stable adult. And I like, so annoying. I like to think that Deetz kind of was like, okay, you're good. I can go, because I'm pretty sure she had cancer for a really long time. She had a fucking asthma inhaler for like 6 years. And it turns out that she actually had cancer in her lungs, a huge tumor by the time she died. So I was like, you lived all of that time with fucking cancer, and we thought it was asthma, and you died now.